What's going on, y'all? It's Brother D back with another NFL video, and today I want to talk about coaches on the hot seat in the NFL. I did it earlier, but I think I made some errors, so I want to correct them. Let me get started. Okay. Number one on the hot seat, we got Pete Carroll for the Seattle Seahawks. Ever since that Super Bowl, keep in mind. Let me backtrack a little bit. Okay, Pete Carroll has done a lot of good things for Seattle. They won the Super Bowl in 2013. The Legion of Boom, the defense. Um, they did a lot of good things, and he's done a lot of good things in Seattle. But as of late, the team is really starting to slip. A lot of players on their defense got old, but they never really replaced them. So that came in, they never really replaced Marshawn Lynch. So, this team is really on the decline. And, they ever since, that decision that Pete Carroll made in the 2000 in the Super Bowl 49, when all you had to do was give the ball to beast mode, touchdown, you've been back-to-back champs. But you throw a ridiculous fade pass that made no sense to me, and I think ever since then they haven't been the same team. And last few years they slipped. Year before last, they got humiliated by the Falcons in the playoffs. Then they didn't make the playoffs last year. So it's gonna be, to see what kind of progress are they gonna make, because if he don't make the playoffs, they might need this year. Seahawks might need to go look for another coach. And I know he's a Super Bowl winner and all that, but that's a long time ago. They want success now. And I just think that the problem is they have no run attack. I'm just being honest. A lot of people, the last video I did, somebody didn't like what I said, but I'm just being honest with you. Don't get in your feelings. I'm just telling the truth. They have no running attack. If you look up Seattle stats last year, Russell Wilson had more rushing yards than their actual receivers. So I'm just being honest with you. Seattle, if they don't win this year, they need to look for another coach. He did win a Super Bowl, but the past is the past. Okay, we got Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett has been a coach for the Dallas Cowboys for the past 11 years, something like that. But if I'm not correct, but anyway, the Cowboys haven't done a lot of work. They've won a lot of games, but they haven't done a lot of work in the playoffs. And last year was a struggle. But they lost their secondary, and they really struggled last year. They really struggled. And now they have no Dez Bryant. So, it is what it is, but they haven't had a lot of success in the postseason. And one playoff victory since he's been there. I know he's been there over 10 years with one playoff victory. I know the Cowboys are getting, they're getting a little restless with this. So, I know they want success. And they're the Dallas Cowboys. They're, one of the primetime teams in the NFL. So, I know they looking for more success. So, let's just see what he do next year. Okay, you got Mike McCartney. coach for the Green Bay Packers. Um, they didn't make the playoffs last year, and they've been struggling ever since that Super Bowl against Pittsburgh, Super Bowl 45. They haven't been the same team, and I've been telling people all the time that you can't, you know, you can't depend on the throw all the time, because I think that's the problem with that's the problem with the NFL. A lot of teams are just, they think throw first. But if you have no run attack, when you get in the playoffs, defenses are a lot stronger in the playoffs than they are in the offseason. And the weather gets colder. So you're gonna need that running game. You're gonna need a good running game to keep the defense off honest. And it keeps their back take beating. And last few years, Aaron Rodgers has taken a beating. And they had a kid named Montgomery that they had playing running back, but he was a wide receiver. If you don't have no run attack, what I don't understand about McCartney, why he's not trying to go get a real running back. Because if they don't have no success running the ball, your season is going to go down the drain. So I think, the Packers fans, they'll get a little restless. And, let's just see what they do. Okay, we got Marvin Lewis. He's been coaching the Cincinnati Bengals for 14 years, and they haven't even won a playoff game. And I think they gave him a two-year extension last year. But I think that if they don't win this year and make the playoffs and win a game, I think that why are they hanging on to Marvin Lewis? He's a good person, but business is business. He hasn't won a playoff game since he's been there. At least Jason Garrett won one. I give him that. But he has never won a playoff game. Look at my stats. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but I'm just telling the truth. Marvin Lewis, they have the talent with Cincinnati. So I don't want to. You got one of the best receivers in AJ Green. You got Andy Dalton. It's no excuse for not winning a playoff game. That is totally ridiculous. So I mean, Cincinnati if they don't get together this year, I think they need to look at the coach. Jay Gruden, Washington Redskins, one of my favorite teams. My favorite team. If he don't win this year, the Redskins need to make a change at quarterback. Because if you don't have he been there 2 years for three. Let's go on his fourth year. Yeah, it's going on his fourth year and done absolutely nothing. So that one playoff game, and we got destroyed by the Packers. I remember it. He's done nothing since he's been there. So I mean, if Jay Gruden do not win this year, they got Alex Smith. We got the kid from LSU, and the defensive tackle from Alabama. So I mean, it's no excuse. It is no excuse why the Redskins don't make the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, it's time for another coach. Simple as that. Okay. I'm gonna go with Hugh Jackson on this one. If he don't win at least 4 games, they got a nice draft pick. They got nice draft picks. They picked up a couple of free agents. If the Browns don't win at least 4 or 5 games, he needs to be canned immediately. Because I mean, you lost every game last year. You went 0-16. And you still got a job. I don't understand that one. But I mean, maybe they see something. But I think If they don't do better this year, I think he's going to be gone. What else I got? I looked at my list, and I think that's about it. I was going to say Vance Joseph for the Denver Broncos, but you know what I don't understand about that? I think they threw him under the bus last year. They knew that Brock Osweiler, that guy was awful last year. He had no quarterback at all. So I can't really blame for Denver. I can't blame them for that. I can't hold them accountable for that. As he said, women lie, men lie. Stats don't. Stats don't lie. You know, and people game like I see it. I'm a Washington Redskin fan. We haven't won a playoff game since 2005. I am really frustrated. We really got to do better. You know, Dallas Cowboys, the same thing. You know, this guy been coaching over 10 years and ain't won but one playoff game. When are they going to start holding these guys accountable? You know, there's plenty of coaches that can do better. But anyway, that's all I got. Y'all take it easy.